Mr. Green for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, and still I rise, proud to have the preeminent privilege of serving in the Congress of the United States of America, a proud American, and proud to say that on yesterday, this Congress went on record indicating that it is opposed to bigotry, went on record saying it's opposed to hate. I'd like to just read to you the style of the resolution. This was H-Res 41. It reads, rejecting white nationalism and white supremacy. That's the style of the resolution. I will not read all of the whereases, but I do think it appropriate to read the resolved. Resolved that the House of Representatives once again rejects white nationalism and white supremacy as hateful expressions of intolerance that are contradictory to the values that define the people of the United States of America. I want to thank all of my colleagues. I heard many of them speak, and much of what was said really touched my heart. I thank them for saying it because it was made very clear yesterday that we reject bigotry. It was made very clear that bigotry will not be tolerated. I'm appreciative that this happened because there was a time in the history of our country when such a resolution would not have been brought before the House of Representatives. There was a time when people would deny the existence of racism and bigotry and hate, xenophobia, homophobia, anti-Semitism. There was a time when people would have denied the existence, and then when you deny the existence of something, you don't have to deal with it because you say that it isn't there, doesn't exist. Why would you deal with it? But yesterday, we went on record not only saying that we reject it, but we also acknowledge the existence of it, which is important. But I also have to single out just one representative who spoke, Congressman Bobby Rush, who voted against the resolution. One vote against. I say he spoke, he voted against it. And I want to acknowledge that he was right. He was right because he said it wasn't enough. I concur. I thank my colleagues for the resolution indicating that we opposed bigotry. But the real question that we have to answer at some point in the future is the corollary that flows from being in opposition to bigotry. The corollary is this. If you oppose bigotry, if you reject bigotry, will you reject the bigot? If you reject racism, will you go on record rejecting the racist? If you're antithetical to anti-Semitism, will you go on record rejecting and opposing the anti-Semite? This is the question. I appreciate greatly and am going to be eternally grateful to those who brought this resolution. It was timely, it was something that was necessary, but I also appreciate Mr. Rush's position because the corollary has to be addressed at some point. We cannot continue to say we're opposed to something. That's a talking point. We have to get to the action item, which is what are you going to do about it? If you oppose it, what will you do about it? What will you do about it when it emanates from the highest office in the land? What will you do about it? Will you simply say, I oppose it? Or will you take a vote to indicate that it's an action item and you are going to reject it? One step closer to impeachment. Yesterday's resolution brought us one step closer The clock is ticking. Impeachment is not dead. I yield back the balance of my time.